Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of The Conversation, and I got another interesting topic for you guys. And the title is, Why Giannis Antetokounmpo May Get Robbed by MVP Voters. That's the topic I want to get into in this video today. Now, before we get into it, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys get notified whenever we post some of our new content so you don't miss anything. Now, before the season closed out, we had played pretty much 60 games or so in the regular season, 62 games. And in those 62 games, the Milwaukee Bucks had the #1 record in the entire NBA with a 53-12 record. They had the highest winning percentage of any team, and behind them was the Los Angeles Lakers at 49-14 as the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Okay. Now, prior to the season being paused and games being paused, Giannis Antetokounmpo had just played against LeBron James, and LeBron James's team was able to come up with a win. And LeBron was also able to beat the Clippers a day later when he played them, and the Lakers were able to get away with that win. Now, what ended up happening was, after the Lakers were able to get those two wins, and LeBron was able to get these two wins, these back-to-back wins off the Clippers and the Bucks, a lot of people were now starting to say, did LeBron just win the MVP race? Now, throughout their entire regular season, a lot of us already assumed that Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to be the regular season MVP. Number one, he's putting up gaudy numbers throughout the season. I mean, the guy is averaging 29.6 points a game. Let's just say 30 points a game, 13.7 rebounds, 5.8 assists. He's playing 30 minutes a game, which is astonishing to be able to put up these type of numbers. He's shooting now. He's not a really great free throw shooter. He shoots 63% this season, 30% from the three-point line, and that's because his three-point attempts has gone up to 4.8. Because last season he was attempting 2.8, but now he's attempting 2 more three-pointers a game and making 1.5, as opposed to last season when he was making 0.7 three-pointers a game. He's getting you 1 block a game and 1 steal a game. So Giannis is someone that has gotten better every single year, and he won the regular season MVP award just the season before, and he's not a slouch. He's a 4-time NBA All-Star, and he's been on defensive teams, and he's gotten better throughout his career, although he's still very young. Now, we don't need to compare him to LeBron James if we're talking about a career accomplishments, because obviously LeBron James wins that debate hands down. The guy he's a 3-time champion, 4-time regular season MVP winner, 3 times Finals MVP, 16-time All-Star. I mean, he's been on 5 All-First defensive teams, 6 All-Defensive teams for his entire career. If we're talking about career accomplishments, Giannis Antetokounmpo cannot hold a candle to LeBron James. We're talking about career accomplishments. However, this season, Giannis Antetokounmpo was in the lead for the MVP honors. He was supposed to be the person to win the MVP award. Number one, his team has a better record than the Lakers. He's not playing with another top 5 or top 7 also. Anthony Davis, some people may argue, is a top 5 NBA player, or top 7 or top 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not playing with another top 10 All-Star with him. He's the only superstar on that team. Now you have Chris Middleton, who's probably a top 20, top 25 NBA player, but he's no Anthony Davis. So Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't have that type of all-star talent alongside him when he's playing, but yet and still, this guy has the #1 record in the league. Now, some of you guys may be listening to this and saying, man, I think you just straight up tripping, man. What makes you think that the MVP voters are gonna rob Giannis? I mean, there's no proof of that. There's no evidence. There are always these people out there. So what I want you guys to do is listen to this audio of Colin Cowherd talking about how LeBron James should already be is going to be the MVP, and it's not even close. Just take a listen to Colin Cowherd in this soundbite.
Finally, Damian Lillard said, just consider everything. MVP is LeBron. Of course he's the MVP. For the last 6 or 7 years, the NBA media has tried to convince me his run is over. First, it was KD. KD's not built like LeBron. KD gets hurt a lot. KD emotionally couldn't handle Draymond Green. KD's not LeBron. He's just a great player. He's a great scorer. He's probably a great kid. He's not LeBron James physically. He's not LeBron James mentally. I mean, LeBron's handled the Kobe death deftly. He's handled his ownership mess in Cleveland. He handled the pressure of being the NBA's villain. Occasionally, some people, I don't know why, don't like what he says. They don't like what he said about China. They don't like what he said about, moving to Miami. Those are just words. His actions have been impeccable. And he grew up with all sorts of chaos. He hasn't had a misstep, a physical misstep. Ooh, he said something about China. Really? We're holding that against him. Like he has to have some geopolitical acumen. Our politicians can't get it right. We have to babysit our president half the time. And then we don't like what he said about how he was taking his talents to Miami. That's funny. Cleveland burned his jersey and then begged, please come back. You didn't really care about his words. You're insecure. You're Cleveland. The minute you could have him back, you did. But you told me KD was going to be LeBron. Oh, then it's Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't play every third game. Kawhi's great, but he's not LeBron James. He's not verbal. He's not carrying the league. He's on the second best team in Los Angeles. And then there's Giannis. Giannis is him. Oh, okay. Giannis is 60 minutes to the piece. Giannis's playoff record is 17-17. That's in the East, 500. LeBron's never lost a first-round playoff series. Giannis has only won 2 playoff series. Does everybody understand? People do not get credit.
Now, in that clip, you can clearly hear Colin saying that, it's a joke that even Giannis Antetokounmpo is to be considered the MVP when LeBron is doing X, Y, and Z. And essentially, what Colin Cowherd is doing is he's making it a career award. And for me, everything that he said in that soundbite, when I listened to everything that he said, all of those things, I asked myself, what does all of what he just said have to do with the regular season, the 2019-2020 MVP award? Everything that he spoke about in that video has absolutely nothing to do with this season and everything that's transpired in this season. But somehow Colin feels like, even though Giannis has a better record, yet his team has a #1 record, he's putting up better numbers than LeBron James this season. Because yes, LeBron is averaging 25.7, 7.9 rebounds, and 10.6 assists. But Giannis's numbers are just these are just gaudy numbers. Now, granted, this is the first time LeBron is leading the league in assists. We give him that. But Giannis's numbers are insane when you think about it, especially when you think about the fact that he has not been playing for over 10 years and he doesn't have the basketball experience that LeBron James has. So for me, I'm not going to hold that against Giannis. But when you hear people like Colin Cowherd talk like this, these are major media pundits. It gives me a sense of the temperature of what these potential MVP voters could be thinking. And I think Giannis could get robbed, and these MVP voters are going to be the ones to stick it to him. If we look at the Milwaukee Bucks as a team, they're the #1 scoring team in the NBA with 118 points a game. And remember that I said Giannis is not playing with another top 10 player. They're the #1 rebounding team in the league at 51.7 rebounds, and Giannis produces a fifth of the rebounds for his entire team. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. They're one of the top, three-point shooting teams in the league. They're one of the top teams in field goal percentage, although the Lakers lead the league as far as field goal percentage, shooting 48.5% from the field as a team. But overall, the Milwaukee Bucks have a fantastic record, and they're leading in some of the most important statistical categories. But for these MVP voters to see all of that, to see all of that Giannis has done, and just because LeBron was able to beat Giannis the last time they met, and then beat Kawhi Leonard, and all of a sudden he should leapfrog Giannis Antetokounmpo to be the MVP of the regular season, it just lets me know that Giannis may get robbed by these voters. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it could happen. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that these MVP voters could potentially rob Giannis Antetokounmpo from a back-to-back MVP, a regular season MVP award, or do you think I'm making too much of this? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified when all of our content drops. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.